Hey guys, so today I have to refilm something that I filmed a while ago, and I'm happy about it because my eyebrows look cray in it, but I'm not happy about it because I didn't want to have to refilm it. So let's just jump into it. This is my second sort of eye look. It's my second sort of holiday look here. I don't think I set the concealer very well on my eyelids. This is going to be using the Lorac Pro and the Lorac Pro 2 palette. I was going to do it with the Lorac Mega Pro, but it didn't have the colors that I wanted. So I'll show you my palettes first. So this is my Lorac Pro palette. I have, used this one a lot. This was my first high-end palette purchase thing, so I was using it a lot. Sorry, I had to jump out of frame there. And then my Lorac Pro 2 is right here. I have not used this a whole heck of a lot, but you can see the colors there. The reason I'm using both of these is because we're going to be using the, let's see, how did I do this? I did this really cool in my other video. The gold shade and the silver shade here, and some other shades to go along with it, but that's, can you see the mess here? That's mainly what we're doing. So let's see here. First, I've already done my face makeup, and then I'm going to do the rest of it like off camera because I have done my foundation routine kind of thing in the past two type of videos. So I just kind of wanted to focus on the eyes right now. So I'm just priming my eyelids with the Milani Shadow Eyes Pencil and Almond Cream. I like this primer or eyeshadow pencil thing rather. It's one of my favorite primers actually right now. And I'm sorry if you can hear chomping in the background. Emery's is going to town on his bone. So yeah. Got me some jasmine tea too. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a flat shader brush. No, that's not what we're going to do. First, we're going to take the mauve shade here and put that in the crease, and I'm going to use just a fluffy blending brush. This is the It Cosmetics crease brush, and I'm just taking that to give some, let me get situated so you can see, some like color into the crease here. And then what we're going to do is take that flat shader brush. This is from a set on Amazon I got for like $20 some. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet my brush with some of my makeup setting spray because it's what I have. You don't necessarily have to do this. I do it because it kind of adds a little bit of grip to laying down the shadow when I first start laying it down. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that, and I'll build it up without it being wet afterwards. I just feel like it gave it a little bit of grip to hang on to onto my eyes. So I just do that, and we're actually going to go into the Lorac Pro 2 first and pick up the silver shade. And we're going to lay that all over the lid. So once we have a base of that down, I just take my blending brush and just go over the edges there. And now we're going to take that same flat shader brush. I'm going to wet it again. And we're going to go into the gold and build that up on the outer corner. And you can see, I'm hoping you can see, it's not giving it like too much depth yet. We're just trying to get the shadow to stick and hang on in there. So we'll do that on the other side as well. Go back and blend. So then I'm going to take a dry brush and I'm going to go into that silver and just build it up on the first third of the lid. Then I'm going to take my fluffy crease brush and go into the gold and use that to blend out. And if you lose a bit of the silver in the inner third of your lid, just keep going back and building it up. Now I'm going to take a clean blending brush and just go over the edges again. And then under my lash line, I'm going to use a stiffer brush and smudge some gold and some of the mauve under my eye as well. I'm going to take this e.l.f. crease brush and I'm going to take some of the mauve and just run it under my eye as well. And then I'll take a stiffer brush and run some of the gold on the outer third of my eye. I'm also going to take some of this nude shade and put that in the inner corner because I feel like the silver needs a little bit more, I need a bit more brightness, I guess, in the inner corner. So that is the initial application there. I'm going to go in with the spoolie and fix up my brows here. I've already filled my brows in, but I always feel like I have to fix them after I do my eye makeup. I don't know why, but then we're going to take the shade Buff and run that under the brow bone. I'm just going to use an e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush to do that because it's kind of thick. So then I'm also going to curl my lashes. And I'm going to use some of this CoverGirl Lash Perfection Mascara. I like this mascara because of the type of wand. Can you see that? No, you can't. Type of wand. It gives a lot of separation. And I'll actually go in with a second coat. But the CoverGirl Lash Blast does the same thing for me, or is it Clump Crusher? It's the one in the purple tube. Once that's dried a little bit, I'm going to go back over it with Benefits They're Real. This is just a little sample size. And for me, this adds just a little bit more of the volume and definition that I like. Makes it look like you're wearing falsies when you're not. Alright guys, so that is the finished look. I've already put on my blush and my bronzer, my contour, things like that. I did want to offer you two lip options for this eye look. The first is the Too Faced Melted Liquefied Longwear Lipstick in the shade Melted Fuchsia. It's a really bright fuchsia pink. I think it's a fun, pop of color for the holiday. I have two alternatives though if you don't have the Too Faced lipstick but you still want to do this look. And also you can totally do the gold and silver look using, I know Wet n Wild has some silver shadows in their trios. I know Milani has the Bella Gold shade. You could totally rock this up doing a drugstore version. The first lipstick though, instead of the Melted Fuchsia from Too Faced, is this the moisturizing? Yeah, this e.l.f. moisturizing lipstick in the shade Flirty and Fabulous. It's a really nice bright pink fuchsia shade as well. And if you picked up the shade Cray Cray from the limited edition Fergie line from the summer, this shade Cray Cray is a definite, I don't know, I guess you could call it a dupe or a definite alternative to that. It's also a bright pink color. So those are two shades you can swap out if you don't have the Too Faced Melted shade. The second look here is from the drugstore, but I'm sure you can find any sort of nude lip that you have. And it's also limited edition, so if you didn't get your hands on it, just pull out any old nude. It is the Enchanted, I believe it's called Enchanted Topaz from the limited edition collection from Milani. I think it was out in the fall. I just really, really like the nude look as well with this eye look. I mean, this eye look is kind of neutral enough to where you can do whatever you want with the lips, but it's also bold enough if you wanted to just have a subdued color on your lips, that's fine too. Unfortunately, I don't have any alternatives to this because I didn't bring any down, but there are plenty of nude shades from the drugstore, L'Oreal's Ferris Nude, things like that. Even a high-end nude, if you have one, that's fine too. So I'll now go over what is on my face. I used my tried and true All Made Clear Complexion foundation in the shade 200 Buff. I set my makeup with the Mary Kay Translucent powder. I am like almost done with this. I used, let's see here, the e.l.f. blush palette in the shade Dark. Or I guess the collection maybe is called Dark, because I actually use the lightest shade here. I think it's a great neutral shade. All of these other ones I thought were going to be too deep on the cheeks for the eye look that I was doing, so I just used this shade. This shade is actually becoming one of my favorite shades. For primer, I guess I'm not going in any order. For primer, I use my Rimmel Fix and Perfect Pro. For highlight, I use this e.l.f. Baked Highlighter here in the shade Moonlight Pearl. It's a really pretty shade there. For concealer, or rather for highlighting under my eyes in the center of my face, I hauled this either before or after this video, I'm not sure. This is the e.l.f. HD Lifting Concealer in the shade Brightening. I also mixed it with the HD Lifting Concealer in the shade Fair. This one is a bit too dark and this one is definitely yellow, but I like the brightening under my eyes to be yellow, so mixing these two was perfect. Let's see here, did I use anything else? Yes, I also again used the City Color Contour Effects palette. It's really cool. It has a highlighter, a bronzer, and a contour shade. It also has loads of information on highlighting and contouring. I guess I could have used that highlighter shade, but I definitely wanted to use the Pearly Glow of the e.l.f. blush, or I'm sorry, the e.l.f. highlighter. Let's see. I think that's all because I went through the eye look with you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to check out another holiday look, like I said, I'll have it linked below. You can also read my blog. It's 516thblog.com, and you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Both are at 516ths. I will talk to you all later. Thanks for watching. Bye.